Today, we are diving into the topic that affects millions of us every day: anxiety. Besides creating YouTube videos for you, I am a pharmacist by profession. I began my career in the pharmaceutical industry working for one of the most renowned companies that produce drugs for anxiety and depression. These drugs were marketed to different countries around the world, including the United States of America. Seeing the company's production and profits that heavily dependent on antidepressant drugs made me ponder the probable high number of people those who are struggling with anxiety and depression globally. This curiosity led me to conduct my own research on this topic. Through reading, research, and my own experiences, I have discovered some key factors that contribute to anxiety. By being aware of these factors, you will be in a better position to manage and potentially cure it yourself. So let's begin this video with factor number 1. Today, people are more obsessed with their future than ever before. And the hustle culture glorifies this obsession by making us heavily dependent on time. Most people are always in hurry or perpetually busy. The one thing people lack more than anything is time. This constant attachment to the future takes away the joy of the present moment and significantly contributes to anxiety. When we are always thinking about the next task, the next goal, or the next milestone, we miss out on the beauty of the present moment. This relentless focus on the future creates urgency and pressure. We can try to cure this by learning to focus more on the process rather than the result. Intentionally making time to relax can also help you manage your anxiety more effectively. Ever wondered how, since childhood, our parents and teachers have trained us to adopt consequential thinking? How many times did your parents tell you not to do something because the consequences would be negative, or to do something because it would lead to a positive outcome? My intention here is not to blame our parents or teachers, nor to disregard the consequences of our actions. Instead, it is to make you aware that while we needed to be protected or warned about consequences as kids, as adults, we don't necessarily need to be worried or focused on consequences if our intentions are in alignment with our values. The reason I want to talk about this specifically is because we don't often realize when this kind of consequential thinking turns into negative thinking. Now, people first think that the future could be negative as a consequence, so they take actions to prevent it. Basically, preventive actions are being taken daily based on a negative mind projection of the future. This type of thinking can be called as a caveman thinking because it keeps you in a survival mode. Primitive humans lived in caves fearing wild animals, and they had to think about the potential of being eaten by these wild animals as a consequence. As a result, they developed tools from stone and woods to protect themselves. They are very survival dependent on this kind of thinking. However, this way of thinking is no longer relevant to modern life, yet it influences us today. Even though the conditions of primitive humans are far behind us, these thought patterns still exist. One way to get out of consequential thinking is to be aware of your thoughts on daily basis. By recognizing when your mind is projecting such negative outcomes and understanding that these projections are often unnecessary, you can shift your mindset towards a more positive and present focused approach. While reading a book, I came across something the author Stephen Covey wrote. When men found the mirror, he began to lose his soul. He became more concerned with his image than his true self. He became a product of the social mirror. His center of identity and worth moved outside of himself. What this really means is that man has become attached to the image of himself perceived by society. When you become attached to this image, you do anything to maintain it. Losing this image can lead to anxiety because when you have tied your self-worth to the image you have built, losing it can cause you question your self-worth and identity. Moreover, sticking to this image can be exhausting because it is not an authentic way of living. Things like celebrity culture, influencer culture, social media, and Competing for recognition in various areas of life might have made image building seem very normal. However, it is ironic because it is one of the factors that can lead to anxiety. The pressure of maintaining a certain persona can lead to constant stress and fear of being found out less than perfect. To combat this, it is crucial to focus on self acceptance and embracing authenticity. By valuing who you are over how you are perceived, can reduce your anxiety that is tied to maintaining an external image. When you develop a dependency on your mind, you become uncomfortable with not knowing something. The mind always seeks to find out information, solve problems, seek certainty, get updates, and create stories. Not knowing something can cause fear and anxiety. However, the fact is, in our lifetimes, we will die not knowing many things because everything around us is constantly changing. One way to lessen this fear is by developing comfort with not knowing things that are out of your control and by consuming information intentionally. It is important to differentiate between curiosity and need for certainty. By accepting uncertainty as natural part of life and focusing on what you can control can reduce your anxiety. So these are some of the factors that can contribute to anxiety, and by identifying them you can manage and potentially cure it. If you know more factors that I have not covered in this video and you have identified yourself, please let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. Thanks for watching.